Hi ladies, Tara here, your personal stylist and confidence coach at VoomVaya. And as you can see, I'm here at the gym and I really wanted to share with you a few of my routines when it comes to getting better shape on your arms and getting rid of bat wings. I know many of you ladies complained about it, and so I thought I would showcase what I do to help have a more sculpted arm, to help with bone density and strength, and just get a little bit more, muscle and tone in those arms, because I know it gets more and more difficult the older we get. So I am starting my day with the Minnow Slim Support Tea in acai berry flavor, and it's super hot here in Texas, so I decided to brew it hot, pour it over ice, and make myself an iced tea. It's quite lovely. Anyway, so the first thing that I recommend is that you have a series of different weights in free weights. That way you can build and as you get stronger. So I started off with maybe 5-pound curls and I'm all the way up to 15. So I suggest you start small and work your way up. The first thing that I do is I do a bicep curl. So I'm at 15 pounds, but I suggest that you start at 5, at 3, whatever you believe is gonna just make it a little bit challenging for you, but not painful. So I stand here in a slightly squatted position, because then that also works a little bit of your lower body, and I do a curl like this. And I will do about 3 sets of 15, or until I am fatigued, which you definitely want to get. Now, like any exercise program, I do suggest that you talk to your doctor and just make sure that it's a-okay. If you start to feel pain, you absolutely want to stop. But this is my routine. Sometimes it's easier to take the weights and go this way. And again, I will do 3 sets of 15. And again, 15 pounds, but you start where you can. Work your way up. And don't forget, have a squat, because you also start working that lower body and that tush and your legs, and you're just standing here. All right, next I'm going to show you what to do for those ever lovely bat wings. So, what do we do for the back of the arms, where many of you complain about getting the bat wings? I know it's harder and harder to firm up this area, but there's 2 different ways that you can do an exercise that will help tone and firm. So again, I'm at a 15-pound, but you start wherever you can. What I normally do, and what I love about this is it's kind of a 2-for-1. It actually works your bicep and your tricep. But I will stand here at a slight bend. Again, don't forget a little squat, because that works the tushy and the lower body. And I push back. Push back, push back. You can also do a 2-for-1 and come up into your bicep. Sometimes time is of the essence, and so I'll do that to work my bicep and my tricep all in the same set. But if you want to focus just on that tricep, this is exactly what I do. And again, start with a smaller weight, work your way up. It took me several months to get to 15 pounds. It's heavy, but it doesn't hurt, and I can manage it easily. Okay, so that's one way. Another way, and I'm gonna use a lighter weight because it's gonna be up over my head and I don't wanna bonk myself. Another way to do it is, so I'm gonna show you on the side. So you can use 2 hands if it's really heavy for you or difficult, or this is gonna make it more challenging using 1 hand. Okay, and again, you see what I'm doing. So those are my 2 or 3 favorite exercises for the so-called bat wings to help firm and sculpt them. The key is consistency, ladies. It's gonna kind of be sore the first time around, but stick with it. Up your weights as you get stronger, and I guarantee you're gonna start to see results. So the last exercise I am gonna show you, and I'm gonna have to stand back just so you can get a better idea of what I'm doing is what I call the tushy tightener. And ladies, I have some booty, so this is always my area where I gain weight and I feel like it gets, you know, a little cellulite or a little floppy. So I love this exercise. And this was actually recommended to me by a personal trainer. But again, I always say before you start any exercise routine, check with your healthcare professional. And if it ever hurts, stop. So now, for those of you with knee problems, you may need to keep one foot on the ground, maybe support with a wall. Do what's comfortable, but do your best to, you know, get that feeling in the tushy. So, what I do is it is a one-legged lunge. So, balance is going to be key. So that's going to help engage your core because you have to keep balance, and it's going to isolate and lift that part of your booty. So I absolutely love this exercise, but again, you might need a wall, maybe a chair in front of you until you get that balance. So stand on one leg, I lift this other one, and I bend. And I bend. The other thing you can do to make it more challenging, with lots of weights, is you can add a weight. It's a little bit more advanced because you have the weights, and you're gonna bend. You're really sitting into that back tushy area, basically like where your thigh, or your hamstring and your butt connect. And you're gonna lift and squat and squat and squat. And I'm really feeling it right there. And that is my trouble spot. And then you're gonna do the same thing on the other leg. And again, I like to do 3 sets of 15, 3 sets of 10. You do, you know, what feels good to you. Again, you can kind of see I'm wiggle wobbling, but that helps engage that core, keep that tight, and squat. And you can see I'm getting a little bit more arm resistance by bringing the weights up here. And you did it. So, you want to do whatever you do on one side, you want to do on the other. And I can guarantee you, that is the one exercise that has truly lifted and tightened my booty because it isolates that spot right there, and I love it. Last thing I'm going to share with you, because so many of us are on computers or we have bad posture, and I think that means a really big improvement of keeping us look longer and leaner is when we improve our posture. So one of my favorite things to do is to take a set of weights, and this should be pretty easy for most people. Stand a little bit of a squat, right? Shoulder width, a little bend in my knees, and then I literally just do some shoulder rolls backwards. And I do like 3 sets of 15. These shoulder rolls. And one, it feels really good because it stretches a muscle that often doesn't get, you know, stretched out, and it helps just open up that chest and pull everything open and back. And then I'll just sit here and let that weight hang on my arms, let it stretch. Again, core is engaged. I'm in a little bit of a squat, so everything in my body's working, even though I'm not really moving. And again, start with weights that are comfortable for you. All right, ladies, one last arm exercise that I love. It feels good, but it's tough for me. So I have to use a much lighter weight than what I do for my bis and my tris, and this is going to be shoulders. So I have to drop down to really an 8-pound weight for me to do this exercise, but it took me a long time. I started with like 3 pounds, moved to 5, and now I'm up to 8 because this is a tough one for me, but I love how it makes this really pretty shoulder line. So last exercise for your arms, start with a relatively lighter weight, and you just go like this. The other option, if that's too difficult, is just to do one arm at a time. One arm at a time. Ladies, take it slow, take it easy, make sure it doesn't hurt, and whatever you do both sides equally. So 3 sets of 5, 3 sets of 10, 3 sets of 15, Whatever works for you, start slow and grow. I promise you, over time you're gonna get results. Consistency is key. Again, here's another option. So thank you so much for watching this video and allowing me to help you get some sculpted arms and a tight tushy. If you'd enjoy this content, make sure to like, subscribe, and follow VoomVaya for more tips and tricks to help you feel happy, healthy, and energized in midlife. And I am loving helping you get your VoomVaya back. See you next time, ladies.